Harihar Fort is situated in the Nasik district and has two start points or base villages, Nirgudpada and Harshewadi. Harshewadi is the closest village to the fort and hence most people start their trek from here. But we started from Nirgudpada. We were supposed to start trekking by 4 pm but ended up starting the trek at 6 pm. That's how we do it. Since we went in a car, I couldn't explore the options available in public transport, but I do know that ST buses ply to both the base villages. In my entire life, I have just done 4 treks and this being the 4th. That clearly tells that I am not a fan of trekking. In fact, all these treks have happened as I didn't have anything else to do. So instead of sitting at home and wasting time, trekking is definitely a better option. But again, the phrase wasting time is very much subjective. For some, trekking may be a waste of time, and for some, Netflixing may be a waste of time. In any case, you have to pass your time as long as you are alive, so do whatever suits you. The whole world seems like a waiting room, and yes, sabka number aayega. So no matter how much ever distractions you indulge in to pass the time or waste the time, the ultimate truth is you are in a waiting room. Having said that, trekking definitely has its benefits. Nature heals. Half an hour into the trek, we lost the daylight and we also lost our way. Now when you trek at night, and that 2 months after the rainy season, it gets difficult to find a way if you're lost. First of all, there is no light, yes. Then the trekking path is not pretty clear like it is in the rainy season, and third, there is no flowing water which you can follow to reach the top. But even if you lose your way, don't panic like I did, but keep your cool and try out paths which seem like someone has walked on it, and you eventually will reach the top, or if not, at least you will reach the way that will take you to the top. Expert tip: if you see a cow dung, follow it and you have a good chance of reaching the top. So during the winter season, the cattle grazes at the top of the mountain so that the grass at the bottom part of the mountain stays till the summer. This is done because in summer it becomes difficult to go to the top every day to feed the cows. So in winter, as the climate is pleasant, the cattle grazes at the top and hence it's easy to find a way by spotting a cow dung. Torch is a must if you're planning to do a night trek, and make sure every single one of you carry one. Apart from the torch, these were the things I packed for the night trek cum camping. My GoPro and the chest strap. While trekking, it becomes a bit difficult to carry the GoPro in your hand, and hence chest strap is a good option, better a head strap. A matchbox to create a wildfire, just kidding, you'll need it for the campfire. Better a lighter, best a candle. Identity card of some sort with your address in it so that they know lash kahan pahunchana hai. A power bank and the suitable cord. Earphones for some motivation, and also if you have a problem with utter silence as the night is eerily quiet in the nature. Sunglasses. Now you may think, why sunglasses when you're doing a night trek? Because the next day you have to come down the mountain in the sun. Energy bars, not needed in the case of Harihar. A pen and a small book to write down your thoughts, which no one cares about, including you. A mini deo, as you will perspire like a pig. Now I don't know why we use this expression, as in reality pigs don't sweat at all. A band-aid for namesake, a chest box to show off, water bottle to stay alive, instant bhelpuri mix just in case you feel like having chaat at the top of the mountain, dry fruits for energy, tetra pack of maza. In case you don't find this, you can take 200 grams of sugar, both are the same. Courage, you will need a lot of it. Bed sheets, one to cover the base of the tent and other to cover you. If you can't shiver to sleep like me, get a blanket as it gets very cold in the mountains. After almost 2 hours of trekking, which included 6 breaks, we reached the footsteps of the iconic rock-cut vertical stairs of the Harihar Fort. Now these stairs are not like the ones we have in our building. They are carved out from the rock and are pretty big in size. Even the great Khali won't be able to climb the stairs without using his hands. According to some sources, there are 117 such steps which you have to climb to reach the top. Since my mind was busy and frightening me, I couldn't count the steps, but there are definitely a lot of them. After the first flight of stairs, you reach the entry of the fort, and then there is a narrow stretch to cover to reach the next flight of stairs. The stretch doesn't have fencing, and if you fall, it will be more deadly than a drop at a DJ concert. After that, you have more steps to reach the top. Again, if you have fear of heights, you will enjoy it. This is how the whole stairs thing looks in the daylight. After reaching the top, we started finding a flat spot to tent for the night. Luckily, within a few minutes of walking, we came across a shed which seemed like a chai tapri and had a flat area besides it. We unloaded our bags and started finding some wood to make a campfire. Now, when I say we, I was not included in that. I was busy beating on the thought of getting down from here. I had almost made up my mind that I will fall while getting down. I know it's extreme to think that way, but it happened and I was like, mera number aa gaya. Of all the ways, this is how it was gonna be. I mean, it was not going to be the corona. Luckily, another friend was also beating, and it was his first time as well, and we became BT partners for the night. While the others were away, we were discussing how stupid people are to actually risk their lives trekking at night to camp at the top of mountains. I mean, you can either slip and fall while trekking, or a snake can bite you, or the cold can give you hypothermia, or the instant maggie of death, heart attack. It will take you 2 hours to get to the base village, and from there at least 30 to 40 kilometers to a basic hospital, and around 100 kilometers to a city hospital. And anyways, if you're sick, you can't get down on your own and will have to wait for a rescue team, which will take more time. Unless of course you're a VVIP and a chopper comes to rescue you in half an hour. Our discussion was ended by the entry of woods, jinka number aa gaya tha. We prepared the campfire, but it took us a long time to burn it. Tip: take some newspapers with you as it burns easily. Campfire keeps you warm, lights up the space, and also wards off insects and predators, if any, except other human beings. So yes, campfire has more uses than just to roast a marshmallow. The next program was to have dinner, which was going to be veg sandwich. Just as we were having our sandwiches, a guest came by sliding. Maybe the fragrance of the sandwich attracted the snake, or maybe my Malayalam. As soon as my friend saw it, he shouted. The snake froze, and so did I. I guess we both are afraid. The other friends shooed him away. Now, unlike what's shown in films, snakes won't bite unless you step on it or try to catch it. Give it some space and it will go. By the way, we are removing the stones before putting up the tent, as no one wants an acupuncture while sleeping. After that was done, we started to pitch the tent. No, not in that sense, the actual tent. Now, pitching a tent is quite easy and can be done by amateurs as well. If you have come to Harihar and suddenly feel like camping, you can get tents at the base village. One place you can get the tent is the Harihar Dhaba. They will charge you 400 for a tent which can accommodate 2 people. The atmosphere outside was beautiful and serene, but the atmosphere inside my mind was chaotic. I started beating again about the ways I'll die here, and for most of the night, this was my sight. 2 things you should know about sleeping in a tent. 1, it gets eerily quiet. There is no sound at all, and that was a little scary for me. 2, when the wind blows, the sides of the tent will touch you, and you may get scared. When the first time it touched me, I thought it was a tiger who was sniffing around. We had a divine presence in the area, and hence I wasn't bothered much about the ghosts. When my mind eventually got tired of the negative thoughts, it let me sleep for a while, and then I was awakened by Mr. I will shiver you to death cold. The night was long and dark, probably a blanket and some positive thoughts would have made it short, but there was a morning, and that too a beautiful one. Sometimes it feels great to know that you're alive. So the place where we camped was actually a tea and snack stall. We had some hot black tea with lemon and then made our way to the highest point of the fort. The views from here is beautiful. Yes, we had a lot of company and some were doing this. There is nothing much remaining of the Harihar Fort apart from a few underground water storages and a storage room. Usually the water in the underground water storages are potable, but to be sure, just ask any locals around. My friend was filling water from one such water storage and he dropped his bottle. Apparently it was his favorite bottle, so he was ready to get in and take it out. But before going in, we thought of checking the depth of the water storage. So my friend is 6'3", which means his stretched arm would measure around 2.5 feet. And he was holding a more than 3 feet long selfie stick, but couldn't touch the base, which meant that the water storage was 6 feet or deeper, which was sufficient to make him change the plans of getting in. After observing a minute's silence, we walked towards the tea and snack stall. We had some Maggie, took our bags and started our trek to the base. Harihar was so crowded in the morning that there was traffic on the stairs and took us a long time to only get down the stairs. Me and one of my friends managed to get down a little faster and we finished a whole game of chess till the others got down. From the base of the stairs, the walk down to the base village was not crowded at all and we could walk freely. So as we reached down, let me tell you something. Yes, it does feel stupid to take the risk of trekking at night and camping at the top of a mountain, but it is worth it. Adventures are risky and that's why you enjoy it. Sometimes you may not enjoy it while it's happening, but the reminiscences will bring a cheer on your face. I was scared and paranoid during the night, but in the morning everything felt blissful. There was this sense of achievement and also a relief that this too has passed. Sometimes we just blow things out of proportion and keep on worrying about what may happen rather than focusing on what is happening. One thing I have realized is that you have to completely come out of your comfort zone, both physical and mental, to enjoy such adventures. In short, you have to come out of you. One thing I've realized is that you have to completely leave your comfort. One thing I've realized is that you have to completely come out of your. One thing I've realized is that one thing's. One thing I've realized is that you have to come out. One thing I've